Welcome to my next Better Call Saul Season 1 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you weren't caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Better Call Saul, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for those of you that are wondering, I have seen Better Call Saul all the way through one time. In fact, I did episode review videos of Season 6 on this channel when Season 6 was airing, and I wanted to rewatch the show just to let it resonate more. It's a really good show, and I need to find out where specifically it ranks on my all-time favorite TV shows. Is this better than Shameless? They're both kind of in this same vicinity, and I need to find out which one's better. So, awesome show, and I want to rewatch it to let it sit and let it resonate. So with all that said, this will be Better Call Saul Season 1, Episode 6. The title of this episode is called 5-0. And this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we start with the train pulling up to stop, and Mike comes out of the train. So Mike has arrived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Mike goes in and takes a seat. Mike hugs a female, thanks for coming, and she tells Mike she'll meet him out front. Mike goes into the women's bathroom, he grabs a maxi pad, and next he attends to the bullet wound that he has with the maxi pad. Mike leaves. Next, Mike is pushing his granddaughter, Haley, on a swing. Mike tells Stacy that Kaylee is a good kid. She tells Mike that Kaylee is still asks where Daddy is. Mike's here for the duration. He's not leaving again. He wants to be here for his family. So Mike's son Matt died. Stacy, of course, is Maddie's wife, and of course Kaylee is Maddie's daughter, or Stacy his fiance. I can't remember if they're married now all of a sudden, but anyway, that's his granddaughter. And So Mike's son Maddie died. Stacy says he was acting different before he died. She says Maddie was talking about Mike, or was talking to Mike before he died. And Mike says he doesn't think it was. Mike tells her to quit beating herself up. Maddie's gone. So the conversation was with Mike before he died, but he says that doesn't have anything to do with it. Mike leaves and gets into a cab. He asks the driver how well he knows the town, and then the driver takes him to a vet that has many skills, and he's able to stitch Mike's wound up. And the vet asks Mike if he's looking for work. Now we have people questioning Mike. Detectives all the way from Philadelphia. They're the ones that came to get him at the end of the last episode. Mike tells them that he wants a lawyer, and then he gives them James McGill's card. So what happened? The mayor didn't give you enough stickers when Jimmy arrives. Gives Mike coffee, and then Mike tells Jimmy to spill the coffee on the Philadelphia detective when he puts his notepad in his pocket. And we find out that Mike has worked for the Philadelphia Police Department for 30 years. And it's mentioned there was a shooting, and Mike's son Matty, didn't make it out. They feel they mixed up in something, or they feel like he got mixed up in something. Mike is questioned, and Jimmy goes through with spilling the coffee. The detectives from Philly think Mike killed two cops. When Mike gets home, he goes through the notepad. Stacy called the cops to try and catch Matt's killer. She found money. That was her main concern. Mike tells Stacy Matt wasn't dirty. And again, he says, my son wasn't dirty. He also tells Stacy to get that through her head. And then we have a flashback scene. It's not clearly indicated right away that it's a flashback, but Mike gets into a cop car. He does something to the wiring. And then Mike goes into the bar, drinks, and tells the two officers that he knows it was you. So Mike's appearing to be really wasted, and then telling these two cops that, I know what you guys did. And then Mike goes to walk home. He's kind of stumbling. And then the two cops pull up to him in the same car and ask him if he wants a ride. And then they don't really let him say yes. He doesn't say yes, of course. They just kind of grab him and put him in the back of the cop car. and take his gun so he won't shoot his foot off, they say. And then Mike tells them, "You killed Maddie." They got him in the crack house and staged it, made it look like a junkie with a gun. The two cops talk about doing Mike a favor as he was drinking himself to death. Mike says it's smart. That's what I would have done if I were you. And then one of them tries to fire at Mike. They fire with the gun that they pulled off of Mike, but there's no round in the weapon, or the round doesn't work. And then Mike has another gun, and Mike shoots them both. And then one of them is able to shoot Mike. That's why he has the bullet wound that he's been attended to. And it turns out that one of the cops wasn't dead yet, and then Mike takes care of him. Mike took cash from a busted drug dealer. Matt wasn't dirty. I was, Mike tells Stacy, Matt's widow. Matt wanted to go to internal affairs, and cops are afraid of going to prison. That makes cops dangerous, Mike tells her. Take the money, do something good with it. And he tried, but Matt, he just wouldn't listen. He was strong, and he was going to get himself killed. And then Stacy heard Mike talking Matt down that night. And Mike said he had to show him he was down in the gutter like the rest of them. I broke my boy. Mike says he got Maddie to take the money, and they killed him 2 days later. He made Matt lesser. He made him like me, and the bastards killed him right away. Stacy says Hoffman and Penske, if they killed Maddie, who killed them? And then Mike says, you know what happened. The question is, can you live with it? And that's what ends this episode of Better Call Saul. So solid episode of the series. I'm going to score it an 8.8 out of 10. And the character of the episode is very obvious that it's Mike. Secondary character, I mean, obviously Jimmy is mostly the character in every episode, but this one he just had like a brief appearance with the whole, the interrogation scene. I would give the secondary character of the episode to Stacy, Maddie's wife. Of course, Maddie's dead now. So great episode from Mike. We get the backstory of Mike, but there's more to his story than just that. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Better Call Saul and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button, and know that I cover a lot of stuff on my channel. So if you want to see what I cover, which I'm guaranteeing there's going to be something else that you like, go to my playlist. I've covered even Breaking Bad all the way through. So there's that, and there's other stuff on the channel that I think you'll like, especially if there's other shows that you like. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Better Call Saul. What would you rate it? Who would be your male? Who would be your female character of the episode? Or anything else that you want to add. Remember to click right here for my Better Call Saul Season 6 episode review videos. Assuming that you've seen every single episode of Season 6, you're more than welcome to check those out. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel you're watching the video anyway. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.